And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Minecraft. And Flower is busy decorating her place, and I don't want to give anything away before, on camera until she's done. So we're going to go ahead and automate something. And this is kind of a continuation of the system that I had built previously. So I've grabbed the display stand and the empowerer from over at our old base, and this is one of the last pieces of machinery that we actually had over there. And I've got the signalum plated impulse item ducts, just like before, and we're going to go 2 out this way, 2 out that way, 2 out that way, 2 out that way. So the display stands go out here. I need one more over here. It needs to be a gap of 2, and I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure that is the wrong place for that. Right there. Yep. And then this one goes right against the wall. Then the empower goes right in the middle. Pretty sure there was a gap of 2. For some reason, I can't be 100% sure about that, though. I'm not sure why. Ooh, I'm going to glow. Glow.
Glowy.
Okay. So, the empower is set up again. And this is just sort of the same sort of system that we had before. I just need to set this up again. And I will do a lot of that off camera. I just wanted to make sure everybody saw, what I was doing here. Because I need to set up all these filters again for all the different kinds of empowerment crafts. And right at the start here, I'm going to have 2 chests. One is going to be input, one is going to be output. And we're going to have the retriever for the output. Oh, what happened to it? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, so there's the retriever. That's the output. That's obviously the input. So things go in here. They get distributed around, get empowered, and they come right back. The other thing we're going to want is power over here. And if we play our cards right, we'll be able to really power this stuff. I've actually got a bunch of resonant flux ducts on me. So we're just going to pull right off the back of this entangle porter, go right up here, and come right over there. So all of this now is powered up. Gets lots of power from this entangle porter. Below here, we're gonna set up yet another craft for below here, and that is going to use the atomic reconstructor, otherwise known as the button machine.
The button machine. Yes. There should be one in the system.
Yeah. I'm going to try this craft out with 2 of them because reasons.
You can go grab the other one that's over at the.
Yeah, I left one or 2 over there, just in case you get into the
button happy.
Yeah, in case you want to get your button pushing on. Okay, we're gonna pull that away. Put it there. So I'm raising these up off the ground one for reasons. They actually look at a 3x3 area. So the 3 blocks around. So like this one here can do that. And this one here can do that. And that is kind of what we're going for. I want to kind of crosstalk on there. Because when these things are operational, they really cruise. And I need to turn them off. So redstone torch.
They go a long ways. Their particle effect goes out to like right here.
Oh yeah, they're.
I mean, I know they only see so far, but it's a long ways.
So we're gonna want a little platform like like so. And we're going to have a pressure plate. What kind of pressure plate do we want? I don't think I'm going to want a wood one. So let's grab a little bit of wood. That's a trap. Nope, that's a wooden pressure plate. Right there. And we want to read the redstone signal from that. So let's build ourselves a little bit of a cage. Just to keep things from going too crazy in here. We need to read that redstone signal and distribute it to these things. And do so efficiently. Because things tend to jump around, so we're gonna really restrict it here. So let's get one more up, and we need a dropper. I think the automatic precision dropper is probably a good bet. So let's look up coils. Ooh, really? I don't have advanced coils automated. That's shenanigans right there.
Slacker.
Yeah, that's like a basic thing. So automatic precision dropper. I need a dropper. And there's a. Oh, I need the coil. There's the coil. All right, automatic precision dropper. So this will just drop things as they're being fed. It's like so. And it should drop them right on that thing right there. So we need, I would like to set this up. I'm going to take this away. I don't want this thing to pop on and off. There's a little secret to how that door works. Okay, so this thing comes in right here. It's going to drop stuff right there. Should be fine. Sort of, kind of. I need to grab the redstone signal out of that block. So this will actually provide a redstone signal to that stone brick, and I need to read that. So let's get some structure ducts. And then I need to transmit that signal reversed, inverted, to each one of these atomic reconstructors. So let's look up some redstone relays. I need 2 more of these. Okay, so that, oh, actually, no, that's not there. That is there. So that's going to read the redstone signal from that thing and transmit it here. Oh, let's get right there. Okay, so we're going to redstone input on the red signal. Okay. Then we're going to do redstone output inverted scaled. That's what we're going for. Redstone output, inverted scaled. Now we need to set these back to deactivation. So right now it's inverting that signal. So there's nothing on the pressure plate. There's no signal. Well, it's inverting that, and it's giving this a signal, which deactivates the atomic reconstructor. As soon as something hits this, these, wait for it, there it is. So it's automatically popping those atomic reconstructors, which is nice. It's a nice thing. That's what we're going for. So that's a little system for automating that. No, how are we going to collect the stuff? Well, there's this nifty little gadget called the
Very
ranged collector.
I don't even know all that thing can do. All I know is that you can whitelist and blacklist things, and that's it. But I know I can do more than that.
Yeah, we want a ranged collector. And this little guy can go anywhere, really. But you don't want him near the redstone signal. So, you know, keep him away. Let's make sure. Yeah, see, this is not getting that redstone signal, which is nice. Because this also has a redstone mode. So you can do pulse deactivation on this, the same as the atomic reconstructors. We don't want to do that. We want this always active. And it's got a whitelist, which respects metadata and ignores MBT and all that kind of good stuff. So it's set on it's an empty whitelist right now. And let's see. We want to set it up by maybe void crystal. No, not there. I want a whitelist void crystal. So we can test this by dropping some coal in here, making sure our magnet is off, because that's a thing. So if we put this in there, you can see it's starting to convert all those. And the last thing we're going to want is power. So let's get some power over here. And let's just fix that up. Okay. So there should be 64 void crystals, which is perfect. That's exactly what we're going for. So now I need a little bit of fluix cable over here, which would be perfect right there. Because that one spot, we can get an interface and an import bus and a couple acceleration cards. So the interface goes on the dropper.
I'm gonna collect stuff from that all the time coming out of my cafe.
And then the import bus with the acceleration cards will pick up stuff that this thing desires. So with that, this doesn't need power. With that interface there, we'll be able to specify, say, coal. Processing recipe equals a void crystal and automatic precision dropper gets that. And if we run out of recipes, because there's only 9 that can fit in there, there's a lot of stuff that this thing can convert. We can bring the fluix cable up and over and put another interface on the back. So it works out great. So another one we can do is for leather. So clear this. Leather comes from rotten flesh. Put this on there. And we go over here and set this whitelist to bring in leather. And now I should be able to craft like 10 leather.
All of the leather.
Bingo. Leather is done. Craft is complete. Good to go. So yeah, these two are now auto-crafted, and it's just a matter of putting the recipes back in there and getting these recipes in there. I have a feeling I'm going to need to do this anyway, so I'm going to put another interface on there probably. So let's just make sure that's set up. Yeah, this whole system now is working pretty good. And we've got two atomic reconstructors on there. So it should be good, because the unfortunate things that can happen is stuff is dropped in there and they kind of bounce if they don't all get converted, and if they bounce off of that pressure plate, well, these things are not going to fire. So it would be a little bit of an issue, but crafting up those 64 void crystals actually worked rather nicely. So I'm glad that really worked. It's really helpful. Okay, so yeah, these two are now auto craftable, and I can bring a Fluix cable. See, this is the input and this is the output, and I can bring a Fluix cable right down from this spot right into there, and I can put an interface on here and an import bus over here, and then the import bus there. So that's an export bus, not an import bus. You need that back.
That's my job to do that.
Yeah.
That's what I usually do.
I saw the word bus and I was like, that's got to be it. There's
Ain't wrong.
Bus. So yeah, this will be able to craft the empowered things once I get the recipes set up and the filters set up and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, again, if you want to set this up, you're going to want 1 and 1. Max size extracted, items in inventory. You're going to want 1 on all these. And that will make sure whatever filters you put in there, and we're going to whitelist all of these. And then you just look at the recipes to empower and go from there. So these are all whitelisted. I want to double check this one. Okay. And they're all set to 1 and 1. And then this one set to whitelist. And this one can be whatever, because it should only craft, the finished product should only be like 1 at a time. So it doesn't really matter how many this one has in it. These ones you want to make sure these are set at 1 and 1. So let's set up a craft for an empowered Inori crystal block. So if we look at this, snowball, gray dye, button, and cobblestone. So we want snow, button, gray dye, cobblestone, and an iron block. Most of which we actually have on AutoCraft, so it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so this we want to be the iron block, and then let's just go around. That's the snowball, the button, the gray dye, and the cobblestone. And then the return, the empowered Inori crystal block, we want to put in this one, the whitelist on this. So it'll pull that empowered Inori crystal block down here, and the system will import it, and it'll be all good. So let's set up a recipe for this. Clear this. So snowball, button, gray dye, cobblestone, iron block gives you an empowered Inori crystal block. Actually, it's not an iron block. I just realized you have to convert you have to convert the iron block into an Inori block. There it is, a Inori crystal block. That is what I'm missing. So, all of that, Inori, that's empowered. All right, let's go back up here, put this in here, and then reset this. Well, I'm glad I caught that. That would have been embarrassing. So it's not a block of iron. Now I want to set these as all ignored. Otherwise, they're not going to pull anything. And that would be counterproductive.
Yes. Yes, it would be.
This one as well. Okay. Now for the test. All of these. Bingo. And once that's done empowering,
Yay for working.
it should pull that back and push it into here. And poof. Poof. Poof now. Poof now.
Now poof.
Ooh,
Poof?
there it goes.
There.
Pulls the Inori, it pulls that crystal block out, gets sucked into the system, and I should have another one in there. Beautiful. Now, the Inori crystals, we need to set up that autocraft, which is relatively simple. Inori crystal is an iron bar, and this goes over in that precision dropper. Just like that. And then the Inori block is just all of the crystals. And this is a regular assembler recipe. There we go. Now I can autocraft empowered Inori crystal blocks. Let's just get 2 of these. Now you want to make sure with the system that's set up here that you only craft one type. So you only craft either Inori, or you only craft Void, or you only craft that one at a time. You can do stacks at a time, but just one type. Otherwise, this thing might get a little confused. Or you can try to turn on blocking mode on your interface. And blocking mode will say, if there's something in the inventory, do not push anything else into it. But that can also lead to some problems. So I tend not to do that with this setup because it's not used all that often. And if it is, I can usually manually craft stuff relatively easily. Okay, so obviously the Inori crystals are not in my whitelist. So let me grab, that's an empowered Inori crystal. I just want, can I get one of these? No, I can get all of them, I guess. So I want that. So now it should, yep, it's starting to craft. There should be a whole nother set ready to go in here. Do I have snowballs? Oh, I got 7,100 snowballs. I think I'm good for those for a while.
I'll take some of those.
I don't know where do must be from the blizzes and the other stuff that I've done. Okay, so that craft, one of those should be done. Yep, one of those should be done, and then the next one is the last craft, and it's done. So yeah, good times. Ooh, it looks like interesting. There's wool in my door. Cool.
It's a privacy curtain.
Nice. All right, so the craft should be complete. All right, now I just have the rest of the crystals to do and make sure to put the whitelist in here because I forgot about that. and all sorts of things and stuff to do. The Atomic Reconstructor has quite a few recipes. So if you want to look, go to the Atomic Reconstructor, hit U, and it'll show you all of the things that it can do. Good times. So yeah, that will have to do it for this episode. And I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.